Hello and welcome back to my channel. I have some questions for you. Have you been feeling stuck or feeling as if everything you're doing is getting you nowhere, or you are not seeing the results that you are wanting as fast as you would hope that they would come? How can we make energy work for us, and how can we have energy flow? Those are the things I want to talk about today. Some people may think that the issue is that they're probably asking for the wrong thing. And if it hasn't manifested, it's probably because of that. But I think that the issue may be that you're just not prepared to receive it, even though you may feel that you are ready to receive it. So how do we prepare ourselves to receive what we're asking for? By clearing the way for that energy that we want to experience in our lives to be able to come through for us. And by energy, I mean everything that we want, whether it's material or spiritual. Energy needs to flow, and it may not be flowing because we're not creating the environment that it needs for it to do so. By environment, I mean everything that touches us, not just the physical space that we occupy at home or at our office or in our car, but everything, including the people that we associate with, the books that we read, the music we hear, the noise that we allow in our home, the negative comments that we allow in our mind to come uninvited, all that counts. So let's start with the most obvious of all of them, your physical space. When you come home or walk into your office, whether it's at home that you have your office or an outside office, if you have a crazy environment, doesn't it feel like the day is just not as productive? Doesn't it make you feel worn down even though the day is just starting? I know that some of you are going to say, but I work better under pressure, or this is an organized chaos, which, by the way, there's no such thing. It's just something that we adopted as an okay thing to say. Or some people may say, but I know where everything is and it works for me. And that may be true to a certain point. It feels true to you, but the fact is that energy does need to flow. So if you have a crazy office environment, have you ever considered that all that stimulus that your brain gets by looking at everything that is out of place and that it must keep tabs on may not be allowing you to be creative? That maybe all that clutter and all that half-finished papers and documents may be causing you to subdue your productive self. What about home? When your home is in chaos, your mind may be in chaos as well. And the mess may be reflecting how you feel inside. I'm not judging you, okay? This is not a judging exercise. I've been there myself. I've been very disorganized and not tidy and not on top of everything that needed to be attended to. But some corrections have made all the difference. As you know, everything contains energy. The clothes you wear have a certain energy. Why? Because they have the power to make you feel a certain way. If you're going to an important meeting, for example, and you dress with your best suit, doesn't it give you confidence? Doesn't it make you feel like you can handle it? What do you think it is? The fabric? The actual style? Or is it the energy associated with the suit that transmits that energy to you? Isn't it the energy of how it makes you feel when you wear it that gives you the confidence you need it? The energy or feeling that you infuse to certain objects can come back and make you feel that way again. That is why we keep certain pieces of furniture or clothes or things that reminds us of other times or even other people. By the same token, though, some items don't make us feel good. There are things that we have that as soon as we wear them or hold them or use them, make us feel sad or unworthy or unhappy or unwanted. For some of us, certain clothes have that effect because they make us feel imperfect. Maybe we had someone make a bad remark when we were wearing a certain piece of clothing and we associated those feelings to that clothing. So if that is the case, why are we still holding on to it? Why? Why not release it if it brings us unhappiness? If it doesn't have a positive energy associated with it, why are you keeping it? Some people may hold on to old clothes in the hope that they will once again fit into them. And they sit there year after year unused. Wouldn't it be better to just improve our bodies and then reward ourselves with new or new to us, wardrobes. We hold on to objects that don't serve us anymore, and that doesn't allow any new energy to flow. We are all guilty of it. I know I have some things I still must go through and release for someone else to use and enjoy. I mentioned clothes and furniture, but it really is everything that we hold on to at home. Items that are just there. It could be the coffee mug that has a chip in it, or the other 20 mugs that you have and you never use. It could be the cooking pan that looks all burnt and you don't even use for that exact reason. It could be the towels that have rips and you keep using them even though you have some better ones in the linen closet. Or baskets that sit empty just because one day you followed some decorating trend. I could go on and on and on, but I know you get the point. So, what can you do? I'm not an expert in Feng Shui, but if you read up on it, it explains how arranging certain things a certain way at your home or office allows for energy to flow as it should, and it helps you manifest your desires. I recommend that you find a good Feng Shui practitioner to come and help you set up your space, or you can also buy a book to learn more about it. But until then, or even before then, there are things that you can do to start fixing that situation. First and foremost, keep your home and your office clean. It is better to have a clean place than a messy, crowded one when it comes to being creative. Being at peace and relaxed and also being productive is what you can expect when you have a clean home or office. Sometimes we let things get so bad that we feel so overwhelmed and we don't even know how or where to start. Maybe we were not taught how to clean, and that's okay. We can all learn, and if it's time that is the issue, there are cleaning services that can come and do a one-time deal for you and get to your home or office to the point where all you have to do is not let it get that dirty again. You just maintain it. If money is an issue, maybe you can partner up with a friend and help each other clean each other's places. So there are options that are available to you. You need to keep your things in order and with a designated space. For example, it's better to have a set place for your keys, your mask, your hat, or anything that you use to take with you every time you leave the house. You may be wondering, how is that an energy thing, Cody? Well, how much energy do you waste looking for them? And how much personal power do you lose by cursing your way through the house looking for them? See, it all comes back to the energy that we have and the one we spend and the one we don't allow to flow around us. At home, you can go through your closet. Do you really need to have 20 or 30 pairs of shoes? You only have 2 feet. Do you need to have old jeans that you never wear for whatever reason? Do you have to have 40 shirts? Do you have furniture that just holds more stuff? Why don't you get rid of the stuff and the furniture? And if that, by removing that furniture, leaves an empty space and it looks weird to you, then bring an indoor plant into that space. They make your space look nicer, and they provide you with clean oxygen, and it just looks pretty. And you have something to take care of, and we'll love you back. You need to keep the minimum stuff that you need to function. It's going to make you feel lighter, and you're going to notice a difference, not just in the way that you feel, but in the things that come to you and also in the energy that you hold. How do you expect to receive something when you have your hands full? Let things go. Release them so better and more beautiful things that also make you feel wonderful can find their way to your home or your office. Take all that stuff that you are releasing to your local thrift shop. Someone else is going to find them, enjoy them, and love them. In your office, get rid of all the supplies or files that you no longer use or need. Why are you keeping receipts from like 16 years ago? There's no point. Whatever you feel that you still need can be scanned, and you keep it in a tidy folder in your hard drive, internal or external, you decide. You have options, but don't hold on to old stuff. The same thing goes with old letters and cards and old office equipment. Some people are still holding on to faxes, which are not even any longer a thing. So just let it go. The next energy sucker is the company you keep. I know that I have addressed this issue in other videos, but it is worth repeating since it also applies to what we're talking about today. So You may have a lot of fun with those friends that you spend time with, but if you think about it, what they bring into your table? I'm not suggesting that you only hang out with people that give you something. What I am saying is to stop hanging out with people who are just going through life wasting your time without helping you become the best that you both can be. Even though some of them may be a lot of fun, some could be a bad influence too, and that happens. They sometimes get us into trouble. Some of them may entice us to drink or do certain drugs or be bullies or be irresponsible or behave in ways that we normally don't behave if we were on our own or with other people. Some friends may not understand what you're trying to do, and they tease you for wanting to become better instead of supporting you. Some may not understand why you are suddenly more spiritual or why you care more about recycling and caring for the planet or the environment, or they don't understand why you meditate and you do all this woo-woo stuff, or why you are using new ways of expressing yourself, including using a new vocabulary. And some still won't understand even after you explain to them that you're trying to do better for your life. So, what does keeping this type of company do to you? It brings doubt. It brings feelings of sadness. It brings your energy down. It makes you feel like you're alone in this. You don't need friends like that. Surround yourself with people that support you. And in the end, if you end up not keeping any of the old friendships when you find the new ones, so be it. When you release someone, you don't have to have a big blowout or a huge argument. You don't have to play a blaming game or anything like that. You can just release people with love. You don't even have to explain, really. They're probably not going to understand it anyway. Just send them love and light and wish them well on their path. Some people are here to spend some time with us to show us or teach us something, whether we interpret that as a good or bad experience. We don't know if we're ever going to cross paths again with them, but for now, their time with us is done. By releasing people that don't bring any positivity to your life anymore, you are opening the door for other teachers to come and spend time with you. But they can't see you or they can't meet you if you're busy with the ones that you're dealing with now. It does get trickier with family, though. I know that we don't choose our family and we feel that we must endure them, but we really don't. We have the power to distance ourselves from anyone that mistreats us. There are holidays that we can share occasionally. I'm not saying that you should disown them. I will leave that up to you, of course. But you have to remember that we cannot have toxic people making us feel bad about ourselves, whether they are related by blood or not. What else holds your energy back and doesn't allow it to flow? The things we hear. We discussed that already about how some friends and family put things in our minds, so we're not going to touch that again. I'm talking about other stuff, such as the music that we hear. Music has power. Music has energy. Music has frequencies, and those frequencies can either help uplift you or they can keep you down. For instance, if you're feeling blue, should you really be listening to songs about broken hearts, death, suicide, or loneliness? No, of course not. Because that type of music, with the frequency that it holds, will just bring you down even more. It will just keep reinforcing the negative feelings that you already are experiencing. For example, has it ever happened to you that you're feeling just fine, minding your own business, maybe clean your house or whatever, and suddenly a song comes up and it stirs feelings that you don't normally have? That's what I'm talking about. Now, if those feelings are feelings that are uplifting and happy and can get you to a better state or a more productive state, then by all means continue listening to them. If you hear music that makes you feel violent or demeans you or affects you negatively, then stay away from it. In time, you'll wonder how you ever listened to that crap to begin with. Noise also affects our energy. If you find yourself in a place where there's a lot of noise, find ways to minimize it so that you can concentrate, focus, and have peace of mind. Maybe you can find ways to seal the windows to make them a bit more soundproof. Or if it's possible, find a place that you can move to that will be more quiet. For example, if you're working from home, maybe the one room where you're using, where you're, staying as an office or using it as an office is not the best one, then think outside the box. Maybe you can relocate to another room, even if it's not conventional office space. Or maybe you are sleeping or using the master bedroom, which is like the designated room for people. But if it's noisy and there's another one that is probably smaller, but it is quieter, maybe make the move. You don't have to conform to other people's rules on how you should use the rooms in your place. Now, the next one is books. Books. There are tons of books out there that are uplifting and give you hope and fill you with feelings of possibility, and they help to empower you. They don't have to be self-help books. I know that not everybody is a fan of those, but you need to open your horizons. You never know what you're going to find. And for example, if you only read fiction, try a couple of nonfiction books. You'll open a door that has a lot of possibilities of improving your life. And if you only read nonfiction books, then try a novel every now and then. A world of fantasy can also bring you a lot of happiness. And now I'm going to come to a touchy subject for many of us, including me. And that's it. That is our phones, our apps, our computers, our TVs, our video games. Being a person who posts on YouTube, maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot here, but limiting the time that we spend on our screens is going to allow our brains to breathe, quote unquote. It's also going to open space for our creative mind to become active. If we are constantly getting bombarded with images, clips, noise, etc., our brain cannot focus and it gets all scattered. Next thing you know, you're not sleeping well, you don't produce quality work, you're constantly checking your email for messages or your social media for likes. We all do it. I'm guilty of it too. But we could all benefit by having more time of solitude, spending time with like-minded people, spending time in nature, and using that time for working on our life goals. We don't have to go cold turkey. If we are spending, let's say, 20 hours a week on any of these items, on any of these screens this week, maybe next week we can try spending 15. And maybe the following week, we make it a goal to only spend 10. And that way we can wean ourselves off from being such techies all the time. I'm not saying leave it forever. I'm just saying limit it so that we can have energy flowing when we need it. Correct the things that don't serve you and increase the ones that make you feel more creative, artistic, uplifted, happy, productive, organized, lovable, secure, confident. All those great things that we all need. Enjoy life and all the new energy that will come to find you and surround you. I touch this subject because even though I'm not a counselor, I know that it would be a disservice to you if I didn't talk about the things that I know will help you have the positive energy that you desire and need. It is part of learning about energy and wellness. So I really hope that the things I said today will help you get your energy flowing, or that at the very least makes you consider incorporating some of these changes I suggest when you feel that you are ready to do so. Remember that Jim Rohn said that we are the average of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. So let's make those 5 people really count. I want to add that we are also the average of the 5 books that we read. So make sure that those are good books too. Let's protect our immediate physical space, our thoughts, our ears and minds from the things that we allow to come through so that new and more constant and strong energy can flow into our lives. As always, this video is sponsored by me. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do, and hit the bell button so that you never miss when I upload a new video. I had a great time talking with you about this stuff. I do thank you for sticking until the end, and I love you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.